This is a story about a boy, a paper boy, an 11-year-old boy whose name we don't know. Not because he doesn't know it, but because he doesn't like to say it. Why would something so simple as saying your name be such a problem? Well, for some kids who stutter, it's more than a problem. It's a nightmare to say your name to someone. It's a nightmare to speak words that you know you will stutter on. These are problems that the paper boy, also known as Little Man, faced in the story Paperboy by Vince Vaughter. Paperboy throws the greatest fastball in town. But is that what people know him for? Nope. Is that how he defines himself? No. His stuttering is what people notice. His stuttering is how he defines himself. Paperboy takes over his best friend's paper route for the month of July. In 1959, paper routes consisted of communicating with customers to collect money. This sounds like an easy summer job for an 11-year-old boy, right? Well, wrong. It's not so easy when the boy struggles with his confidence to speak. On his route, he faces a woman who drinks too much and a man who Paperboy looks to for information about anything. He faces a neighborhood bully who steals his things, but he also has the blessing of coming home to a housekeeper who knows him in the best friend kind of way. You never had to tell Ma'am what you were thinking like you did with regular grown-ups, he said. She always knew. Paperboy struggled through his paper route. He took criticism from a woman who asked him in a harsh way, "What's the matter with you? Can't you talk?" He often didn't stand up for what he believed in because he was scared. He often kept his thoughts inside his head. "Don't worry, everybody gets a bug now and then," says his mother. He replied with, "Stuttering is not a bug, and I didn't just come down with something." He screamed the words inside his head, but that was where they stayed. Throughout the book, Paperboy finally began to express his feelings, especially to a guy on his paper route, Mr. Spyro. They recited the poem that he had written together. "I wish I had a book that did not have an end. I go to pick it up, and it is new again. The words feel real and mine to share. They have no sound, they have no air. My voice is clear and lets me speak. My fear is gone, I'm never weak. My words all come and right on time. The words are true, the words are mine." Without stuttering, while reading the poem, Mr. Spyro admitted, "My bias against poetry has been properly challenged. A wonderful poem. I'm grateful to you for sharing, my stuttering poet." Paperboy began to communicate with the people on his paper route. He became comfortable and much more accepting of his stuttering. So, what's the point of having young readers read the story when only about 1% of the world stutters? This book might be one that helps a person who stutters, but would it really impact people who don't? The answer is yes. This story goes beyond the difficulties of stuttering and beyond the great insight to what these people face every day. Everyone who reads this story is able to make a connection to it. Not everyone in the world stutters, but everyone in the world does have challenges that they feel might be unrelatable at times. Whether it be something that is visible, such as walking or looking differently, or it could be something that isn't physically visible, such as stuttering or having an internal conflict like being involved in something that is life-changing. The story gives insight to kids that it is okay to be different. It's okay to have struggles in life. It reminds them that these struggles and challenges shape them into who they are. What isn't okay is when people judge and bully for things such as these. Paperboy struggled with this in the story and overcame it. This book shows kids what it feels like to be made fun of or bullied for something that they cannot help. Struggles that sometimes seem like such burdens sometimes turn into opportunities and blessings. Everyone faces adversity at one time or another in their life. This book gives us a chance to empathize with the characters and to go on the life-changing journey with the characters. This book reminds kids that they are not defined by their challenges and struggles, but rather they are defined by the way they handle these challenges and the way that they persevere through them. This book is an extraordinary story that teaches kids to keep going and look for the positives in misfortune. A Newbery Award winner, Paperboy is seen as an unforgettable story. The School Library Journal states, Fodder portrays a protagonist so true to a disability that one cannot help but empathize with the difficult world of a stutterer. Yet, Victor's story has much broader appeal as the boy begins to mature and redefine his relationship with his parents, think about his aspirations for the future, and explore his budding spirituality. The deliberate pacing and unique narration make Paperboy a memorable coming-of-age novel. As you can see, Paperboy is a novel that gives relatable and beneficial experiences that every upper elementary child should encounter. In the words of Victor Vollmer, the Paperboy, it's more important what I say than how I say it. There are many important lessons and themes to take in from Paperboy. When you read this story, I hope your life will be touched as mine was. If you want to learn more about stuttering, bullying, and other disabilities, please visit these websites for more information.